Hello everyone, today I'm going to do a Photoshop tutorial for everyone. You may or may not have been aware of a style Apple was using in their text for their promotions. It was kind of just a black text with kind of like a white shine on the inside. It's hard to explain, but you'll see what I mean when it's done. So you're going to want to open up Photoshop and just create a new image, any size. Should work fine. It just will affect the sizes for the shine and all that kind of stuff. But you should be able to figure that out. You want to go to text, use the font of Myriad Pro. I find that's the closest one to what Apple use. And you're going to want to type something. Say I've got YouTube. Now the color can be whatever, because you're going to change that in a minute anyway. So just double click on that and go color overlay. And then I'm going to change the color to kind of a dark grey, kind of a light black, if that makes any sense. You then want to just hit OK. You now have your font kind of thing. You then want to create a new layer. Grab your pen tool, select about here, select over here, and drag so that you have a curve somewhat similar to that, slightly going up from the right to the left. And Alt click on there, just make a box. You're then going to want to go fill path and just go with whatever color. Hit Command H to hide. I just had rulers as well on here, so I'd hit it twice. That's why. Now double click on that layer and go, and when you go blending options, change the fill opacity to 0. This will change what color it currently is. See, it's currently at 5 or something. Color it currently is, and we'll remove that. But anything else you add will still be at full opacity. You then want to go inner shadow, and you'll see that, and that does not look right at all. But you just want to turn off global light, or use global light if you have any other shadows in this image, so remember that. But just turn the blend mode to normal, change the color to white, change the angle to -90, and you can see it's already starting to form here. You can change the size, so you increase the size, and then you can decrease opacity. And you can see it's probably a little bit high, but then you'll see it looks like this. Now if you have your background color is anything other than white, so you can already see that works fine. You add a color overlay to the background, you'll see kind of like a shadow around it, and you don't want that. And you're going to have a white background every time, even though Apple does, you don't want that. First of all, I'm going to move this down a little bit, because it doesn't quite look right there. Like that. Now, we're going to right click on the inner shadow, and you'll come up with all these different things that you can have. It's going to click Create Layer, and then you have your own little layer here. Now you want to stay on the original kind of a square layer that you edited, and you're going to Control or Command click on the YouTube thing, and you'll see a little box appears around your hand, or on the bottom right side of your hand, and that's going to make that your selection. You now have YouTube as a selection. Then when you grab your marquee tool, M is the shortcut, right click and go select inverse, which then reverse, I guess, the selection, so everything outside of the YouTube is selected. You then just want to hit delete or backspace and hit Command or Control D to deselect. You then have your YouTube sign or whatever you have written there with a white inner glow kind of thing. This is very similar to Apple's design. It might be a little bit grey, it's a little bit too light, the YouTube, but other than that, it's pretty similar. You can then do whatever you want to the original text, it doesn't matter. You now have that little bit here. Just gotta hide that in order to have that. These two are exactly the same. You could probably now Command Shift E and Command E, and they'll be the same layer. It will just be much easier to use. Alright, now you have your layers all done. You have your shiny design, and you have everything that works. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.